Why do we need a headshot? I mean, really, what's the purpose of it? And I know that many of you might think at this point, well, it is a way of putting a face to the name. And that's okay, that's a good reason enough, but it's pretty limiting. You know, I mean, if that was the case, yes, a selfie would be enough. Is a selfie enough? No, let me tell you why. So we all know about the events made by Apple to present their products. And when you think about it, an enormous amount of work, an enormous amount of money is poured in those events. I don't know, I have no idea how much money is allocated to each event. But considering everything, the venue, the speakers, the amount of preparation, you know how much preparation you need to have to go on stage and present everything flawlessly. The just endless amount of rehearsal, of tests, of choreography, and involving this person and the other and the device and timing it right and making everything, it just takes months of work. And I would say probably a couple of $1 million. Would you think that Apple would be much happier to just say, you know what, we don't need to do this show, let's just sell the product. Let's just put the product in a nice cardboard box and stamp the name iPhone on it. Do you think that would be enough? Because if that was enough, then why go through all that work? Why spend all that money? It's not enough. Presentation is important. It's vital. How you present yourself is paramount. It's incredibly important. You know that we have 7 seconds to make a good first impression, and that 55% of people's opinion about you depends on how you present yourself. Now, those are two important numbers. 7 seconds to make a good first impression, and your profile picture on LinkedIn, your profile picture on Facebook is the first thing that people see. And the About Me or About Us page is the most important web page after the main one, because people immediately go to see the people behind the business, and they don't just want to see the face, they want to make a connection. You might have heard this over and over again from several experts. We as human beings are constantly trying to connect with others. And so your headshot has to show you connecting with people, being a human being, not just being a stiff in a suit or in a power dress. Not at all. The most important thing you have to do there is to show your personality. And that's why it's so important. And on top of that, it has to show you in a professional presentation. So yes, the way you look is important. The way you come through the lens, through the picture is important as well. So don't waste this opportunity, because having a great professional headshot says to the viewer, well, this person is definitely investing in their business. As much as Apple is investing in their presentations, our opinion of that company, of that brand, became incredibly enhanced by that presentation, by those presentations on stage. Steve Jobs started that trend way back. The first thing I remember of that kind is the presentation of the revealing of the very first Macintosh in 1984. And since then, the company has kept that kind of trademark. So presentation is important. It affects the way people consider you. And so it shows, if you're using a professional headshot, it implicitly says, I have invested in this. I'm respecting you, the viewer, because I invested in this. And the way you're making your personality coming through, that is important too. That is creating that connection. So far from being an identification picture, your headshot, your profile picture is the way you can connect with people interested in your line of business, and it can work for you or against you. Make it work for you. I hope this tip was useful. I'm Paolo with Dreamlight Images, personal branding photographer here in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. Thank you for watching. Ciao.